Hello, massage, bodywork, and ASMR aficionados. Today I'm going to do a tutorial to show you how to help with jaw tension, TMJ, and TMJ and jaw tension can impact headaches, can also impact neck pain, and it can be a missing piece to just basically headache, neck, jaw tension. And something I'd like you to explore is just so you can see the relationship between the mouth and jaw and your neck. Just take your hand behind your neck and then just make like you're sipping a straw. And you can feel that the movement here impacts behind. A lot of times people don't think about how this and this and the jaw movement impacts. So what I'm going to show you today and tonight is both from the outside and also intraorally how to release some of the tension through the face and jaw. I'm going to first start, so generally speaking, when I work with clients, I usually like to see if I can't get that release from the outside before doing inside work, because there's some very powerful trigger points in here. But I'm going to start, let's take my cheaters off. I'm just gonna generally apply some lotion. I'm gonna probably just take in the self-care. Close my own eyes so I can get relaxed with you. So this is something that's really nice to do with your own hands. Once you've got some, just from the temple, hand over hand, bring the tension down along the jawline, almost like you're sending it out the chin. Not only is this a lotion spreading technique, a soothing technique, but I'm doing medium firm pressure so that I can also be assessing where I feel tension. So as I do this, I can already feel up through here, where the hairline, temple, down to cheekbone has already started to melt some of the tension. And then as I come down to the cheekbone, I can feel little bits where the jaw muscles connect with the cheekbone. There's some tension. And then there's several little jaw muscles. And I'm just gonna take my fingers, the tips of my fingers, just do some stroking massage. Where the jaw muscles join the cheekbones. And then I'm gonna move into some circular massage. And as I feel the tension melt with the area I'm working, work my fingers down. As you become between where the cheekbone and jawbone is, you'll feel that it's kind of a fleshier part of your jaw muscles that help us chew and take in nourishment. As you find there might be a little more tender spots. Sometimes I like to take either one or two fingers on a tender spot and just kind of circle. Helping it to melt. Noting that even though it's softening, that this through here, right through here, there's some little trigger points that I know I'll get some really nice opening with once I do some of the intraoral work. Just applying a little more lotion. Now I'm going to work along both sides, the top of the jawbone and underneath. So kind of one on each side. That feels really nice. All the way to the tip of the chin. And then working my way back. That feels nice. And just surrendering. Even receiving of self-care. So all these areas that I'm working right now is a self-care technique. Could be done with a client or a loved one. You can even feel the little tension through here. This is a sweet technique. It's kind of coming along. Feels really nice in the front too. Sometimes nice to take your knuckles in circles. That feels real nice. Oh, that's the groan of my sweet little dog Max. He's laying in the crook between my knees. He's probably a little jealous that my hands are working me instead of him. Through here, it's really nice. Tension around the nose. And then the eyebrows, back up to the face. Now there's a few ways you can work this technique. You could, if you wanted to, just keep on continuing and do a circle up, or you could start from the top and then work down again. I think to show you a different way of doing it, I'll show working from the bottom up. A little pinchies, that feels nice. Kind of gliding along that jawline. You can also go both circles. How you find as you come back, some of the meatier parts holds more tension. That feels good. Knuckles is also really nice. Circles like this. This is also nice with circles. And I'm almost doing the reverse of what I was doing this side to show you the different options so you can go from below to above. Oh, along here, so let's melt some of that with some circles. So nice. Oh, that spot's a little tight. Oh, yeah. So much that we do. Our jaws bring us nourishment. These little muscles help us to bring nourishment into our bodies. They also help us to speak our truth. They sometimes help us hold back our truth when our truth isn't welcome. I'm sure there's been times, work dynamics, family dynamics, where it wasn't safe to share your truth. These lovely muscles, not only do they hold the tension of holding back your truth, but sometimes the energy of holding back your truth. So it's really important to give them some love. Let's just open up some of this. There we go. Now, I'm being a little more thorough with this outside treatment. If I knew I was going to do intraoral treatment, I may have abbreviated the outside treatment. But this is also could be a really nice thorough treatment if you were not going to do that's good, internal work. Also really important to address the scalp. Behind the ears. And maybe another video I'll do some really thorough head work. But for now, we're going to focus on releasing some of the jaw. So whenever I work with clients, I use gloves. These are nitrate gloves. Sometimes, not all, but sometimes if you're using non-latex gloves, sometimes it can be really nice to put a drop or two of peppermint on the fingers you're going to be treating with. First of all, because you want to use food grade peppermint. First of all, it smells really nice, helps to open up the sinuses. And it can be slightly analgesic. Analgesic, yeah. Analgesic, that's how you say it. Analgesic. So this is my first time doing an instructional where I might have it in my own mouth, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to start, let me just show you, on the inside, underneath the jaw. I'm going to slowly find little trigger points, and I'm going to rest. And I'm going to focus on my breath. I'm going to gently work my way down. And then through here, right up in here, there's some really great trigger points that can help open up the sinuses. So I'm going to start with this side here. When I'm working with a client, often, let me show you, so they'll be reclined. I'm at an angle a little bit, but I often like to put my hand behind their neck here and kind of cradle it, because I can feel some of the tension releasing when I do that. Not to mention it's really nurturing to have a hand supporting behind your head. And then if you're working with a client, because they sometimes will feel awkward about saying something, you can tell them if they need a break or a need you to come up. You just have them raise their hand, and then you can come out immediately. Okay, so let me give you a show. Right. So generally I will tell them to gently open their mouth, and then once I find it, I tell them to go to neutral. Like, don't try keeping it open, don't try keeping it closed, just go to a neutral place. So come on in, like this. And then I normally come to the back, and you're not going to want to put very much pressure at all, because it's tender. I sometimes like to also touch from the outside and do a gentle massage. Oh. The peppermint feels good. The tingling feels good. I'm going to close my eyes a little bit and just enjoy the self-treatment. And I'm going to gently narrate what I feel. So sometimes I like to have one finger on the outside and one finger on the inside. And sometimes some of the visualizations I like to tell my clients are to imagine that the tight muscle between my fingers is like a little wall of ice. And each of my fingers are like hot mini hair dryers that are melting the tension and ice between my fingers. Sometimes when I tell them that, I can just feel the tension drip away even faster. Yeah, it's working. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment. And as that spot melts away, I'm going to move forward to a new tender spot. And I'll wait and be patient as the tension dissipates. Slightly gliding, finding a new instructional, I kind of lingered a little longer than I would than I normally would in a treatment with a client. With a client, normally what I would do, because when I come up to their comfort level, I usually will do 2 or 3 passes. So I'll come in, I'll give them a breather, and then I'll come out, give them a breather, and I'll go back in. But for this one, I'm lingering a little longer. Let me show you. I could also, see I did across the body, I could also do same side, so let me show you what that looks like. And just for my own comfort, I'm going to support my arm here. That's a powerful spot. Let's help it to melt a little. And working the inside, working the inside and the outside. It's just super powerful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hand off. And I'll work the outside and then the inside from here. That peppermint does feel nice. Now obviously don't use peppermint if your client doesn't like it. I'm just gonna support behind my own back. And breathe into the pressure. And then take right here. One side is behind the muscle. And the other, oh yeah, that feels so good. Oh, I can feel it melting. That's so nice. Isn't it so nice when the tension just releases? That's delightful. So slightly gliding up. One of the really strong ones goes from here to here, and I'm sliding here and up. And they do a little tapping that sometimes helps it to release. And I'm giving myself a break, just like I'd give a client a break. I want to, there we go. And then joining, this is underneath one of the muscles, and this is on the top. Changing my angle a little bit. I'm also, this one here in the front's got a lot of tension. I'm going to kind of stroke along the front. I'm glad I'm not vain. Otherwise, I would never post this. There you go. Wow, that's tight. Little circles on the outside. All the inside's just holding it steady. Now I'm going to come along. It's underneath the cheekbone, and I'm going to migrate to where those sinus pressure points are. To do that, I'm going to change my angle. Yeah, change my angle. So I'm coming forward. Here we go. Whoa. I can feel my own body. I don't know if you can see that. My arms shaking a little bit. Sometimes that happens when I work with others, sometimes that happens when I'm helping to facilitate a trauma release. It's interesting. There we go. Whoa. This is tender. This is going to help it melt. We're just going to help it melt. There we go. I'm working up to that sinus point. Like I said, if I was working with my own clients, I'd probably do 2 or 3 shorter sweeps. But in the meantime, it feels really nice. I'm just going to lay back a little bit and do a little recap. So, you can, this is also very relaxing, if you're finishing a treatment, these gentle taps can feel really soothing. Even flat pads. Sweeping up. Underneath. And then gentle. In a lovely, lovely, lovely way. I like to also gently grab the ears and gently traction and pull like you're sliding along the edge of a mountain, tractioning and pulling. Let me show you. Tractioning and pulling. And then coming back to the edge, when I talked about the mouth and how it can relate to the back, even ending with just some nice gentle circles. Even massaging the tension in the ears. Taking in the goodness of the treatment. If you're trying this on yourself, taking in the goodness of self-care. Remember, you deserve to relax and release. Let your jaw and mouth be for bringing in nourishment and allowing your truth to be said safely. Thanks for learning with me tonight. I hope you found some skills, relaxation, and rest. If this content's valuable to you, please be kind to yourself and hit the subscribe button. And if you have other content you'd like to learn, leave me a comment. And I'm grateful for your exploration with me today and this evening. Sleep well learn well, serve others well, and I appreciate you.